Hello, good morning all. Good to see you again. Uh, I'm Kurnia and today I'm going to present about students' participation on speaking online class, a case study by Inti Inggrisina Novita Al-Ihyak Dini and Steffi Mega Mardika. Okay, we're going to the next slide. Yes. To part of introduction, university students who take English as their major will learn various subjects to support their English skills, such as speaking, writing, reading, listening, and many more. One of the interesting classes for them is speaking class. This class gives the opportunity for them to improve their ability in speaking English and explore their creativity during class activities. However, not all the students have self-confidence to speak English in front of the class or to their classmates. Okay. The teacher's expectation on the student's speaking outcome learning is to be able to speak English fluently, as stated by Brian HUH speaking fluently is the ability to express oneself intelligibly, reasonably, accurately, and without too much hesitation. However, it is really hard to achieve if students cannot participate actively in speaking during teaching and learning process. In order to solve the problem above, the students should practice as much as possible. Here in this research, the writer will look for some factors that make them not participate in their speaking class and offer some suggestion dealing with the factor. Okay, online class has been conducted for almost 2 years since the pandemic. Some technical issues also came up such as internet connection, which mostly became the hottest issue, and the device being used which was sometimes not compatible to the program used in the teaching and learning process. Those issues somehow have affected the online teaching and learning process. The other issues affect in online and learning students' contribution and students' condition. They will be explained from the diagrams below, and this study use a qualitative method to analyze the research question. This study includes qualitative research because it was relying on the collection of qualitative data, and the data was collected from interviews and questionnaires filled by the second and fourth semester students of Language and Culture Faculty of 17 Agustus 1945 Semarang Untak University. Okay, we going to the student discussion. In question number 1, it has been asked how often the students participate in class discussion. The answer from question number 1 can be seen from figure 2. Surprisingly, 75% of the students always participate in class discussion and only 25% of the students sometimes participate in this class discussion. On the other hand, based off the observation data, which was taken from interviewing the lecturer, there are less than 75% students who always participate in class discussion voluntarily. Okay. The other students want to participate if the lecturer asks them to speak. They do not want to participate although they know that the participation is graded. Next. As what has been asked in question number 6, whether the students know that participation is graded. In figure 2, it can be seen that 92.9% of the students understand that their participation is being graded. Referring to the data, the ideal class situation would be very active with the students' participation in class discussion. However, this data also shows that show that there are 7.1% respondents who did not aware of this crucial information. Okay, the next slide. In figure 4, we can see that 64.3% of the students never chose not to participate in class discussion because it will be graded. But there are still many students who sometimes choose not to participate in class discussion, although they know that it was graded. 25% of the students sometimes choose to participate in class discussion, and 7.1% of students rarely participate, and 3.6% or one student said that he or she never participates. To know the student's reason for not participating in class discussion, it can be seen from the student's condition below. We're going to the next slide on the part of student condition. Students' condition. Another issue affected in online learning is the student's condition. To know the student's condition, the researcher provides six questions in the questionnaire. They are question number 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, and 10. And the figure 5, many factors affected the students' participation in speaking class. Reluctance becomes one of the factors that affect the respondents' participation. 35.7% said that they really feel reluctant to participate, and 25% said sometimes. However, 39.3% said that they are never reluctant to participate. From the questionnaire asking about the student condition, it can be seen that most of the students understand that their participation in the class is being graded, but 25% of the students sometimes choose to participate in class discussion. 7.1% of students rarely participate, and 3.6 or one student said he or she never participates. To know the student's reason for not participating in class discussion, it can be seen from the student condition below. Next, we move on to the figure 6. Based on the question number 9, it is found that 50% of the respondents chose not to participate in speaking class because they were worried of making mistakes. The fact that it was being told so many times not to have that thought could not affect the whole class. It's a pity science learning language needs to be practiced. Moreover, by doing so, they miss the opportunity to get better. Next, in the figure 7, based on question number 8, that is about the reason when the students want to participate in class discussion. 85.7% of the respondents state that they participated in the speaking class because they realized that it was for their own good. It shows that the level of participation should be above average, considering that they are aware of how important it is to give contribution during the speaking class. However, based on the data, it can be seen that there are some participants who are willing to contributing to the class discussion only when the teacher makes them do that by calling their name. And the figure 8, in question number 2, it has been asked whether students are feeling bored during class. The number of those who answer rarely and sometimes is almost equal, and those who answer never comes next. Boredom can be caused by many factors such as the teaching method, the teacher's performance, and the student's condition. Figure 9, the student's awareness about the importance of using English in daily life. To know the student's awareness about the importance of using English in daily life, the, the writer provides question number 10. The awareness is shown by the 71.4% of respondents who state that they strongly agree with the statement. If we want to speak other language fluently, we have to practice it. This such behavior is believed will lead them to get better achievement and progress. And the figure 9, speaking English in the daily life, the number of respondents who have a bit of speaking English in their daily life showed a quite satisfactory number. 60.7% of the respondents said they sometimes speak English in their daily life, but 32.1% said that they rarely do that. Meanwhile, only 7.1% of the respondents said that they always speak English in their daily life, which is a very small number out of 100%. Somehow, the situation is understood as the participants do not live in English-speaking country. Therefore, it's quite difficult to meet people who are able to talk in English with. In conclusion, the students are actually aware that their participation in the class and their habit of using English in their daily life can help to increase their fluency in English. But still many students are reluctant to participate in class discussion. One of the reasons is the students are worried about making mistakes. And we're going to the part of internet issues. Some researchers tried to explore the impact of pandemic COVID-19 in the educational sector. It led to a big impact after most governments in the world decided to do teaching and learning online to increase the transmission of COVID-19. One of the big problems which is appeared during this implementation is internet issues and the need to improve some factor dealing with the quality of internet access. NAHA 2021. This research was conducted to find other issues of online course faced by a lecturer when conducting speaking class. Question number 3 in the questionnaire is about internet issues. It has been asked whether internet issues influence their participation in the class discussion or not. Okay, Figure 11 Internet issue. As it states in Figure 11 above, only 7.1% out of the 28 respondents have never had a problem related to the Internet. Mm, The biggest number is shown that the issue came up sometimes for 42.9% out of the respondents. The second biggest number, that is 35.7%, can be seen on the yellow part. That is the number of respondents who rarely have internet issues. From the diagram above, we can conclude that the internet issues are not the biggest problem in relating to giving participation during online learning. It is true that we can see the number of respondents with zero internet issues is the lowest, which is not surprising, but the number of respondents with less issues is big. Okay, we are going to the part of discussion. They want to enrich their vocabularies by communicating in English so that they can speak English fluently. But some of the respondents still feel that speaking class is difficult. It's because they still feel afraid of making mistakes when they speak. They are shy and not confident to say in front of the lecturer and their friends, and they are still confused when making a statement in English. They like to communicate offline because they can communicate by seeing each other gestures and body language. There is no error connection and they can focus more on the communication itself. And the conclusions actually all the students like learning to speak in English, but some of the students still have difficulties in speaking class. It's because they still feel afraid of making mistakes when they speak. They are shy and not confident to say in front of the lecturer and their friends, and they are still confused when making a statement in English. Here, the role of the lecturer is very important. They have to motivate the student in teaching and learning process, and it's a chance to always come up and with better and more lively teaching methods. There are many ways to make the online class better and more lively, such as better presentation using sports application and interactive games. Okay, and it's a reference from the journal. Thank you for watching. Thank you uh, for your attention. Have a good day.